Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys there. Hey guys, and welcome to GTLive Week 2, Day 4. A bit confusing, but thank you guys for joining me at the new time for our second week. So excited to have you guys here. Just so you know, we are playing around with times this week, so we're going to keep you up to date about when things are happening and when these live streams are coming up. Basically, we're just trying to figure out what is the ideal time that reaches the most of you, right? So last week it was 6 p.m. PST and everyone's like, I'm having to stay up until 3 in the morning to watch this thing. So we pushed it a little bit earlier for today and tomorrow. We'll also be doing it at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Later this week, I think we're gonna try 4 o'clock. Don't hold me to it, but I believe that's what we're gonna be shooting for. And then after that, we'll be locking in a time so that way we can do this on a regular basis. And you know the perfect time to tune in for GTLive and hang out and play games together. Just have a good old time. Yes, Stephanie, I was gonna get to, Stephanie's giving me notes. She's like, you didn't mention the archive. It's like, I just got done talking about what time we're scheduling these things for. So as Stephanie was so kind to remind me, we are also working on the archiving of these things too. So in case you can't make it, you have homework, a life, a job, anything like that, don't worry, we're gonna catch you up on everything that you missed by archiving these things somewhere. That's still a work in progress. I'll let you know as soon as those are ready for you guys to tune in. That being said, last week was awesome. In case you missed it on Friday, we actually crashed the systems of an indie game, hashtag IDAR, which was awesome. We spam tweeted, we just bombed the heck out of the Muppets Twitter account. Still haven't heard back from Kermit though. Kermit, get on that, sir. I want you on this couch next to me, flailing your little goofy frog arms, because that would be a dream come true. So like I said, those are being archived. And that being said, let's see, there was one other note that I had to say. We talked about new time, archiving. Oh, and of course, the thing that everyone actually cares about is the FNAF video. The FNAF video is coming out, Game Theory FNAF 4, the lore episode, is coming out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. Get excited, get your hate comments ready. You were so wrong. This actually takes place, I know it takes place in 1983, don't worry, we address it, and also later this week, I believe on Thursday, we're actually gonna make one of these live streams, a talk back about that, hopefully get some other FNAF related people on to the live stream so we can talk about all things FNAF and answer any questions that were left unanswered during that live stream or during that episode, because I know that there's a few just because of length and things like that I couldn't address. All that being said, okay, let's start playing games, right? Now, today, and I've just wanted to always play these like weird foreign games, right? You know, we're an educational-minded channel, so gaming around the world has always been something that's interested us. I mean, we have a whole show dedicated to cultural impacts in gaming, cultural influences in gaming. And so today, I wanted to play one that's been on my to-do list for the longest time, which is Cho Aniki. I think I'm pronouncing that right, we'll see. But I've seen it on JonTron's videos, I've seen it on a couple other YouTubers' videos about like, you know, all the weird kind of buff guys, sexual stuff that goes on here. I don't know, we'll see. So that's what we're playing today is, you know, my first time ever looking at this game and getting hands-on with it. Hands-on with Cho Aniki. That was creepy and dirty and scary, I apologize. So in order to help me analyze what the heck is going on in this game, I had to call in the big guns. You know him as Gaijin Goombah, I know him as Gaijin Goombah, but I also know him as Michael. In his real face and his real voice, so there's no reason to like spam hate comments at this point. It is Gaijin Goombah, let's bring him on. Is he on? Michael, you there? You there, buddy?
I believe so.
Hey, there you are, friend. Here, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. Stephanie's giving me the cue that you're a little bit quiet.
Alrighty.
There you go. How's that, Steph? We all good? Crank him up. Crank him up a little bit more.
How we doing?
This is how we do it. How's this? It's all right. Here, talk for me, Goombah.
That, Matt, I have to say that was actually very sexy. When are you going to sing for us, by the by?
I can't really sing for you guys because like copyright will just like lay the ban hammer on us.
all you have to do is pitch shift yourself 20%. You'll be all right.
Well, if I ever need advice on how to do that, I know who to come to, right?
Excellent.
So, okay, Goombah. So, Cho Aniki, here, I'm gonna hopefully wake up my Wiimote controller first. Okay, here we go. So, first off, am I pronouncing it right? Like, what do you know about this game?
Cho Aniki is what's known as a bakage, and these were incredibly prominent through, I would say, really early 90s all the way to sort of early 2000s. They were games that were like in-jokes, things that were popular culture, but perverted in one way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Not exactly the way you think. So, like, you have things like Parodius, Cho Aniki. There were actually a couple of Sega ones too, but they were so out there that it was impossible to just really put it together.
Okay.
You mentioned John's video. That's a really great example of how weird they can get.
Yeah.
But by definition, Cho Aniki is like... The loose translation is something along the lines of super powerful ultra bro, where Cho is kind of a loose word for powerful, ultra, mega, whatever.
Okay.
And Aniki means brother, but not the literal kind of brother. It means more like the bro kind.
So wait, okay, so if I, so let me put this to use. If I was PewDiePie, my intro could be, how's it going, Aniki? My name's PewDiePie. Right?
That's very close. Forgive me for being a nerd. It is my job. But you would have to say Aniki Tachi, because Tachi will pluralize the noun. Otherwise, you're talking to one person.
So it would be, how's it going? Wait, Aniki Pachi. How's it going, Aniki Pachi? This is PewDiePie. Aniki Pachi Fist. Right? Is that a Aniki Pachi Fist?
You have to make that a thing now.
So is that officially the correct usage then?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
Pronunciation's a little weird, but we are PewDiePie-izing it, so
I mean,
it's all right.
It is an American making fun of, or like mimicking a Swedish gamer's intro, trying to pronounce Japanese words that he's only heard like 3 times. So.
Or less.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna hop over to the gameplay here, and I'm gonna ask you a little bit of what I'm seeing, right? So you said that this is a parody, like a parody game of.
Well, Cho Aniki.
Oh, sorry, Steph. We should probably fix the my bro fist threw off the focus of the camera. Okay, we're all good. So okay, I'm gonna go to easy because shmup games aren't my strongest suit. And also, I want to get far enough into this game that we can see all the delightfully bizarre things that this game has to offer. So, okay, so first off, I'm treated with 2 green-haired gods, just like generic anime characters. Do you any insight on who these people might be, like what they're referencing? They don't have names, obviously, and the story that scrolled past was all in Japanese, so I have no idea.
Oh yeah, and it was in a really terrible font as well.
Yeah, are you judging the font? I mean, it wasn't Comic Sans or anything.
I judged the font. I had to read it for 12 years. I know it's good Japanese.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, as far as the characters go, you have what I think are kind of like a god and a goddess, but with kind of a Shinto slant. Not so much Buddhist, but you'd have to get in the game too, because you're going to have to see the clothes and how that appears.
Well, my character right now appears to be Superman. I mean, quite honestly, he's running in midair because Lord knows you have to run as you fly. And he's wearing a cape, so very Superman-esque.
That is very Superman-esque, but yeah, it is interesting. You gotta run and fly. I do love the mechanical birds that are apparently carrying off what looks like Medusa.
Okay.
Or some sort of Greek god.
That's one that I recognize. I recognize Medusa. Ooh, hey, there we go.
That's very interesting.
Kill him with my laser. Okay, so. And now my partner in this game is Captain Buff Boy over here, in his Speedo and in his finest spandex. Why? Why?
Why the Speedo and spandex?
Well, I mean, why am I playing as like this super buff guy who's spinning in the air? Like, I just don't. There is so much weirdness going on right now. I don't get it. What is there like a cultural reason for this?
Well,
are like man spas a big thing in Japan? I was there. I didn't notice any.
Actually, you're getting kind of close. See, here's the thing: is that when it comes to nudity in Japan, it's kind of whatever at this point.
Okay.
Because so much of their religion revolves around clean and unclean instead of like moral and immoral, and the human body is just a thing.
Okay.
So the fact that he's mostly nude, it kind of doesn't affect it. It kind of doesn't bother him. But the fact that he's ultra buff, I think that this is kind of a weird sort of slant on how Japanese will perceive things that's not very present in their country. So you're not going to see a bunch of jacked dudes in Japan. You just won't. For whatever reason, biologically, whatever, you're not going to see a bunch of Japanese guys with a whole lot of muscle mass.
Okay.
So it's kind of things that are unusual to them will get parodied. They'll get made into jokes, or even things like shows for everyone out there that knows of Kinnikuman or Ultimate Muscle from back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I remember Ultimate Muscle. That was a weird show.
Yeah, it looks like you just killed a samurai bird man.
Yeah, I got past the samurai bird man.
Can we please, I have no idea what's going on. Can we please ask people in the chat to like interpret what is going on the screen?
And then
I would love to see what people think is actually happening.
And then Goombah. Oh, okay. So
and then Goombah can explain what it really is.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay. And also, let me just tell people. We are active in the chat. I have Steph who's sending. Oh, geez. Who is sending chat messages my way. But then also, if you guys want to increase your chances of getting your comment seen, tweet at me at MatPatGT or at Goombah, which is yours is just Gaijin Goombah, right? Or
yeah, it's just at Gaijin Goombah, all one word.
Okay, at Gaijin Goombah. Steph, can we throw that in the description maybe? And we will see your interpretation of what this game has going on right now. Use the hashtag GTLive, so that way it just makes it easier for us to kind of sort through things and find it. So at MatPatGT, at Gaijin Goombah, and hashtag GTLive, and let's see your interpretations of all the sexy ultimate muscle that's going on here. Okay, so we have a giant robotic samurai that I'm currently fighting, which, you know, that seems pretty standard. What, and this isn't me, like, I don't think this is me being, like, insensitive to culture or anything like that, but why is giant, like, Gundam suits or, you know, giant robots such a key part of Japanese culture? Because
a large part of it is, whereas in the West, mechs and things of that nature are weapons or tools, essentially. When it comes to anime and whatnot, it is an extension of yourself.
So what? Like it's like an exoskeleton to my body kind of thing.
Well, the technobabble that's used in the Gundam series anyway is that new types have the ability to perceive space and time more quickly. So their reactions are really fast, whereas an average pilot is going to be really big and clunky because it's a giant machine. So when you watch some of the newer Gundams, everyone's moving like super fast with twitch reflexes and whatnot, and they are basically acting the same way that they would act if they were in actual combat. G Gundam does a really good job of that, of actually having one-to-one movement. But to answer the question of why they're always themed in very particular ways, it's either a slant on their own culture, like in this particular instance, or it has something to do with what the character actually is. And right now, it looks like you're yeah, wow. Jeez.
I mean, we're starting to get more and more appearances of naked buff men. You know, which that's fine.
To be fair, they're wearing Speedos.
Yes, that's true. Good point. Wait, so Steph's before we start talking about the cultural implications of these Speedo-toting buff guys, Steph says we have a couple of good ones in the comments. What do you think, Steph?
You
Alright.
have to repeat them just to make sure.
Yeah, I'll repeat them so people can hear.
Death Machine says weird flying people shooting head lasers.
Okay, so
That's standard.
what is that? Death Machine said that?
Yes.
Death Machine said weird deadheads shooting lasers.
Flying people shooting head
Oh,
lasers.
okay. I mean, that's a fairly typical, that is a literal translation of what we are seeing. Yes.
Posh Pig.
Ooh, Posh Pig. I like the name.
Superman fighting Spider-Man on drugs.
Superman fighting Spider-Man on drugs. I see the Superman. I mean, okay, sure. It's the new Marvel movie, guys. Oh, good. And now I've died, and I'm getting treated to all sorts of body language from these buff guys just showing off their goods. Fantastic.
Oh, they're just trying to encourage you, man.
I mean, I am so motivated right now to play this game super hard. Ooh, that could be taken out of context. Not.
Yeah, you have to watch your context.
Play this game in a super elite manner and not in a hard manner in any other way that the word hard can be contextualized.
Well,
Steph is just like shaking her head in the background, being like, oh no. Okay, so honest talk to everyone in the comments. Like, I get the comments all the time from people who are like, I ended that Game Theory Exposed episode by saying, that's just a theory, a gay! As though game had been cut off. And so, it's always been questionable. Like, even in the Reddit threads, people are like, what is his sexuality? It's like, Steph, I have a wife, guys. There's nothing wrong with that, but like, I have a wife.
Reading all the fan fiction though.
Fanfic away. I'm hoping to dedicate an episode to actually reading fanfics. So if you have some, pairing, go. This is getting really awkward. I need to stop encouraging this sort of thing. And then Goombah approached him with his eyes. Sorry. So anyway, Steph, what else we got? Give me something else real quick.
Connor Mack.
Okay, Connor Mack.
What is happening?
That is a great question.
The god of memes is fighting the forces of Donald Trump with the help of Shia LaBeouf.
The god of memes?
Yes.
The god of memes is fighting who? Donald Trump?
The forces of Donald Trump.
Oh, the forces. I mean, Donald Trump is someone who should be taken down, yes. What?
With the help of Shia LaBeouf.
With the help of Shia LaBeouf? Mm-hmm. All right. I can see that. So, Goombah, what are we actually seeing?
Oh.
So you started mentioning Ultimate Muscle, right? I was totally between that. I didn't give you a chance to actually finish explaining that. So what is going on with the Ultimate Muscle thing? What is that?
That's the thing. You started another level, and now we've got like 16 billion more things that we have to figure out what. WTF, mate.
I mean, yes, but the theme of even here in the boss that I'm currently fighting, like there is a naked man or a buff Speedo wearing guy who is currently powering this ultimate robot, right? So
right, this sun machine looking thing.
So it seems like whenever you pick like that is a just recurring theme that you're gonna deal with, right? So what are we seeing? Like why what is it?
Really, it's like, well, for one, like wrestling, like pro wrestling in Japan is actually pretty big, and it's actually pretty crazy. It's just not well known outside of the country, so there is that.
In what context? Like pro wrestling as we know it? Like
yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna take you down, Undertaker, this Sunday, John Cena. Yeah, someone asked me to make a John Cena a lot of people asked me to make a John Cena reference. There you go, guys, John Cena. Are you ready for WrestleMania with John Cena? Anyway,
but no, it's.
Do you support our military? Well, yes, I do. John C. Sorry, Go ahead.
Something that is super popular in Japan, right? All the time is just drama. Like we've got drama here, but like the fame of dramas, even multinational dramas, are super popular over there. So wrestling just kind of fits right in. But
Okay.
It's so crazy out there.
So wait, so does Japanese wrestling have like, you know, how we have kind of theme characters like Muscle Man and like Undertaker and guys like that from like the classic era, or are they, because like in Thailand, like when I visited Thailand, they have Muay Thai, right, Steph? It's Muay Thai. It's kind of like UFC style fighting. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What is that, Goomba? Do you?
Oh, like Muay Thai?
It is okay. It's Muay Thai. My pronunciation is not the best.
Oh, pish. I don't even know if mine's right. But
Oh,
I know exactly
pish.
what you're talking about.
Oh,
Here's the thing, though.
Oh,
That
pish.
is a sunfish. That is a sunfish with a lot of jewels. Okay.
Wait, okay. I just delight in hearing you say the word pish. That was adorable. I didn't know that. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about Japanese wrestling. Like you say that there's a lot of drama, but is it the sort of like theatrical style wrestling that we're familiar with in the U.S., or what is it?
It's because well, here's the thing: is that in the early '90s we had like the theme that was the big thing going on. Like you had Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, the Bushwhackers, like you had Tatanka the Native American, $1 Million Man the Rich Guy. You had I think Big Boss. He was a cop.
Yeah.
So there's not that kind of theming, but there is that kind of personality. It's just not played. I don't think it's played in the same overly dramatic way, like in a way that's kind of a negative drama. I think it's more of a positive slant on all of it.
Okay.
So you're not gonna find like Ultimate Ninja or Super Samurai as like wrestler themes. They're gonna be the actual people.
Okay.
But their personality is really what makes it shine.
Okay. Fair enough. So you got really excited when you saw my little angelfish boss here that we're approaching again. What is the reference there?
Honestly, I'm not sure. There are all kinds of...
Well, then leave the stream. Come on. You're supposed to understand everything that's showing on the screen right now.
But see, that's the thing. It may just be no more than an angelfish. Because here's the thing. Cho Aniki
Deep cultural insights with Gaijin Goombah. An angelfish represents an angelfish.
No. Cho Aniki is actually probably one of the most standard bakages that exist out there, because its one theme is its running gag, where everything else is really random, like fighting chess pieces and fish and oiled up muscle guys on giant robots shooting fireballs at you.
So that is just, you know, just random design aesthetics, not actual things that are referencing any like cultural lore or anything like that.
Some of it can, but a lot of it has to do with the popularity of what's being presented. Like chess. Chess is a war game. Japan has not hundreds, but quite a few different kinds of war games.
Okay. Is chess a really big game in Japan?
Well, here's the thing. You have two games. You have Go and you have Shogi. Shogi is almost identical to it, and I know someone's going to correct me in the chat, but it's very much the same thing. Different pieces have different movements and can do different things.
Okay.
So chess, I would presume, would be just as popular. Well, maybe not just as, but still pretty popular because it's a war game.
Sure.
Japan has revolved around a war culture ever since its conception up to the early 1940s, when they basically dissolved all military. So, long story short, it would make sense for it to be here, because people it'd be like, oh, chess, I get it.
Are you oh God. Was that your Japanese boy? Like...
No, because if I made it my Japanese voice, it would have been far more racist, and I don't want to go down that route.
Please don't offend people.
No.
Wait, so what was it? Like, I mean, it clearly wasn't your voice, and it clearly wasn't like the Gaijin Goombah. So I think you're trying to get out of something here, Goombah.
No. It's just I'm trying to replicate the energy of the recognition of, oh, that's chess. It's not like I went up and said, oh, chess. No, I didn't do that. Did I, Matt?
No, you didn't. Okay, so you were only moderately offending people rather than completely. That's good. Okay, glad we were able to establish that. Steph, how's things going in the tweets or the comments? Any fun interpretations?
Gaming Rise says this game is based on when the world runs out of Diet Coke.
This is my world without. No, this is actually my world when I've had too much Diet Coke. Quite honestly.
When you're just tripping.
Yeah, just like my eyes get all wide, my pupils start to dilate, and I just start seeing, harps that shoot mechanical harps that shoot laser beams at me. Because this is my Diet Coke fix right here.
An alternate interpretation, Logan Hurston says.
Logan Hurston.
A Superman/Goku fusion fight with giant chess pieces and Greek mythology with the help of Contra guys in Speedos.
Ooh, that is.
I like that.
That is elaborate. That is elaborate. I feel like I'm moving around too much in this game. Like I have the most success when I stand in one part of the screen and just fire. See,
well, I mean, there's actually a lot of truth to that, considering how. Have you ever heard of the term bullet hell?
Oh, of course, absolutely. That is a classic of the Gradius era, my friend.
Well, watching people actually play bullet. Well, Gradius was really all about movement, or rather the control of the space you were in, but you had to move a whole lot, especially in levels where you had slants.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But modern day bullet hells, you don't move all that much.
Really?
In fact, most of the time you find 3 or 4 positions where you know where the bullets are going to patternize.
Sure.
And you just stay there. For the love of God, you stay there.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't played much shmup games in a long time. It seems like it's a format of game that's kind of fallen off in recent years. Or you don't see it nearly as much as you did back in kind of like the 90s, I guess.
Well, that's because it evolved into something that is very, very hard for us, in my opinion, to do here in the West. But see, a lot of games in Japan nowadays, especially in arcades, things are very precision-based.
Yeah.
It's all about timing and executing actions at a certain time.
Sure.
Where a lot of games here, I like to think we prefer a more chaotic mix of things coming at us and adapting to those kinds of situations instead of studying and then executing. So.
Well, and that was something that I noticed a lot, because when I was in Japan earlier this year, I saw in their arcade they had like all of the arcade games were, like DDR style, where it's exactly like you said, follow the pathway and, of buttons, or press the buttons with perfect timing, or follow this circle around and like follow these intricate hand patterns and stuff. Is that just kind of a part of the culture? Like, why would precision games be more popular in Japan than they are in the U.S.?
Because everything about Japan has been about precision. Precision and presentation are what's so critical in all of the old things that they did. When you see a samurai fight, you see this beautiful choreography. It's swords clanging together, all this stuff. That's not how it happened. It was one person made one mistake, and it was instant death.
Sure.
Most of the time too, from their perspective.
Okay, so this goes back to like samurai and sword battles, then, you think?
Yes.
Really? That far back? Or at least it's something that.
Well, it's like any during eras where samurai existed. So like post Jomon, when landlords basically started owning and dividing up the entire country.
Wait, what is we be Jomon? Yoman. Yeah. What is Jomon?
The Jomon period refers to a time in Japan. Well, I don't want to spoil too much, because I actually have something planned for an episode.
Spoiler alert. I mean, we talked about FNAF last week, and I thought, hey, reward the people for tuning in, my friend.
That's fair. So the Jomon period, it's just a more ancient time in Japan before the establishment of the hierarchy.
Okay.
Of like landlords, then samurai, then peasants, then merchants, etc., etc. I believe the Jomon period is when you were buried. You were kind of buried in a mound that looked like a keyhole.
Okay.
And I also believe.
Wait, so like what? A mound that looked like a keyhole?
There's no real. Well, no one is alive, and it's so prehistoric that there's nothing written about why it was that way. That
Okay.
was just the design that they chose. It was just that long ago.
Okay.
And the other thing too is they will be buried with little dolls that have the two oval eyes and big oval mouth, and that's kind of melted its way into things like the Cactar from Final Fantasy or the gyroids.
Wait. Wait. Say that again. So, because that's another. I mean, that has nothing to do with Cho Aniki here, but like.
Yeah.
What is the Cactar? Because I've always wondered. It's such a weird thing. I've always wondered about that. I was doing so good too.
It's there are a whole lot of things taken from this one particular doll. I want to find it because the name is slipping.
Okay.
And I very badly want to find this. Where is this thing? Like, okay, so this design of oval mouth, oval eyes, and whatnot. There's in like Mischief Makers. It's also
Oh, I love Mischief.
Cactar.
Can I just say, Mischief Makers, one of those underappreciated games of the end. That was N64, wasn't it?
It wasn't 64, and it was super duper trippy.
So good. Okay.
The Haniwa doll, terracotta clay figures. Oh, excuse me. It's during the Kofun period, 3rd to 6th century. I was wrong in my time period.
Okay.
Do forgive.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
They were dolls that were buried with you upon death. So guess what you're doing in Animal Crossing? Okay, so Animal Crossing. I'm gonna drop a huge bomb.
Oh man, here we go. Okay, here we go. Huge bomb.
Ready
for this?
The premise.
Like, forget all this educational stuff. Here we go. Huge bomb.
This is educational. It's just gonna trip you up.
No, that's all right.
Okay, so
Blow my mind, Goombah. I'm ready. Blow me.
Is your body ready?
My
Okay.
body's ready.
So, in Animal Crossing, after it rains and you go out, you can find spots where you can dig things up, and this is typically where the gyroids are. But the gyroids look almost identical, if not completely identical, to the Haniwa doll. So what you are effectively doing is, 1, you are grave robbing in Animal Crossing. 2, to make things worse, your entire town is over a mass grave.
What?
A shallow mass grave, I might add.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
No, and is that just a theory?
That's
Or is that a fact? Like, so wait, explain it to me again. What is the evidence to this?
The evidence to this is that, okay, so when you are during the Kofun period, when you were buried with a Haniwa doll.
Okay.
So what happens in Animal Crossing is it rains.
Yeah.
When it rains, soil's getting shifted around, it's made loose, it's easy to dig up. After the rain hits in Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
you'll find extra patches where you can dig stuff up, and these will be like fossils or pitfall seeds, things of that nature. But most of you find gyroids, which are little statues that can kind of dance around and make music.
Sure.
But they are identical to the Haniwa dolls, and Haniwa dolls are buried with you when you die. So,
Sorry, one sec. I'm just like, because you just can't get enough of naked, shirtless blue men strapped to giant things of machinery that are flying at you to kill you.
oh, that's commonplace, Matt. Don't you know?
Oh, yeah, it must be. And the background makes it look like we're in like Notre Dame in Paris and stuff. Oh, this is great. Giant crabs. Oh, giant centaur person. All sorts of good things.
I liked the Thomas the Tank Engine that was briefly in the introduction of the stage.
So what? Steph was gesticulating to me.
We have some other interpretations.
We have more interpretations. Okay, let's hear what's going on.
One of my favorites is Kajanan Shania. I probably completely butchered that.
Okay, Kajana Shania. Is that okay? What is?
Shania, yeah.
Oh no! I was doing so good. Poop. Okay.
Gundam War Mr. Universe contest.
Uh huh.
I like that one.
What, a Gundam Miss Universe contest? That's awesome. That's great.
Also,
that would make a great like special episode of Gundam, by the way.
Well,
Make it happen. Wait,
interject momentarily.
yeah, Goomba's dropping some knowledge. Has this been done?
Okay, so here's the thing. Japan is kind of heavily obsessed anyway.
Okay.
With biblical concepts taken in different directions. You see it a lot in anime, you see it a lot in games.
Sure.
Particularly in games like Bayonetta. I had just noticed that you were fighting a two-headed, or rather a two-torsoed, but obviously opposed centaur person.
Yes.
And that clicked in my head that whenever you see, even in games like Bayonetta, where the angels look like these weird kind of twisted creatures, even though they're supposed to be heavenly and whatnot, Japan loves to take things that they find in other cultures and whatnot, tweak them a little bit, making them perfect in their perception, and just throwing it on out there. And I just have to say, a lot of these creatures that look like otherworldly, but part machine or have like 6 heads, 3 butts or something like that. I think that's where a lot of it comes from.
Really?
Yes.
So it's kind of like the design aesthetic of making things perfect?
Exactly. See, here's the thing, and anyone who's ever lived in Japan will agree with me, is that Japan, not so great at creating brand new stuff, but absolutely superb at taking things that already exist and perfecting them.
Okay.
They do it with everything. They've done it with technology. They've done it with food. Probably not so much housing, but man, when you have to house like a quarter of the United States in an area the size of California, it can get kind of rough. But no, they are masterminds behind recreation of things that are established, but not so great at creating brand new stuff.
Sure.
So.
No. Very interesting. So, have you played these games before or no? Because this is my first time, and this one actually doesn't seem as weird to me as some of the other ones in the series.
They're not. This one's actually fairly standard because it has this giant like mechanical theme to it.
Yeah, it just seems like shirtless guys and robots. As you do.
If you want to get into the hard stuff.
Whoa. Things have gotten really.
Start playing Parodius. There's a whole bunch of underground games that are made that. Well, I've got some inside sources, but no, seriously, if you
when you say underground games, it makes me a little bit nervous, Goombah. I have to admit.
Hey, all I'm saying is if you want your gateway drug, start with Parodius. It just kind of goes downhill from there.
Okay. Wait. So what is the difference that makes that so what? So much more bizarre? So much more? What do you mean by my gateway drug?
Okay. So.
I know you mean business when your voice gets all like raspy.
So one of the bosses is actually a 120-foot schoolgirl that you have to shoot in the face. Another boss is a 40-foot tanuki you literally have to shoot in the balls.
Okay.
Is that what your appetite a little bit?
It's definitely something very unexpected. I would say unexpected.
The thing is that a lot of us in the West look at those kinds of games and think, oh, this is really twisted. Maybe it's perverse or it's abnormal and unhealthy, but it's just straight up a joke in Japan. It's something that's so standardized. Like, I kid you not, there is a Christmas level.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a Christmas level where you fight Colonel Sanders wearing a Santa hat.
Wait, are you kidding? Really? Like KFC style?
Yeah, KFC buckets of chicken. But the reason
does he shoot? Please tell me he shoots buckets of chicken.
Yes. Well, actually, he like throws the chicken.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, okay.
But the thing is though, is that in Japan, Christmas is a couple's holiday, and since there really aren't a whole lot of turkey or geese or anything like that, the next best thing is fried chicken. So it just kind of became a pop cultural sensation to get KFC during Christmas time, and it's like $30 a bucket because they inflate the prices for holidays like everyone, I suppose, else would do for holidays.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
wow.
super duper weird.
That's fascinating.
And that's what got me started with Game Exchange and Culture Shock. Is there were all these things that
You just really like KFC?
Oh, dude.
No, yeah. Sorry, I was being a jerk.
The chat likes KFC.
Who doesn't love KFC?
No lie, like I
Seriously.
never understand racism in food because all of this food that apparently only certain races like. I'm like, but that's delicious.
KFC.
Don't they serve KFC at during some holiday in Japan?
He was-
Christmas or
Goomba was just saying at Christmas they serve KFC. Wait, okay, original or extra crispy, guys?
Ooh.
What's the vote?
We'll see in 15 seconds.
We'll see in 15
What-
seconds.
What are you, Matt?
Oh,
Are you extra
I'm original. I'm an original guy. I like it standard.
Extra crispy.
What are you talking about, Steph? Come on.
Extra crispy, by the way.
No.
Yeah, Aki behind me is all about crispy. I'm an original guy myself.
Because you're a man with taste, Goomba. Oh no! I'm doing. I want to get past this level.
Well, actually, we're getting a lot of Popeyes beats KFC.
Ooh, Popeyes. Popeyes is really good. I'll agree. Popeyes is quite good. Steph, are you texting? Someone's texting me, but I'm in shooter heck right now.
But no, like I was saying, this is what got me so interested in explaining culture in games, because all these people were talking about, oh, there's this crazy thing, oh, Japan and their crazy games and whatnot. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it actually makes a whole lot of sense if you stop and like look at it for a minute and
Well,
just kind of spread all of the world.
No, absolutely. Well, and actually, one of your favorite, or one of my favorite episodes of Culture Shock. Shoot, this guy's hard. One of my favorite episodes of Culture Shock is actually one that you did recently, which is all about the Wow, this is okay. I actually gotta like do good at this.
Okay,
No, you're
in
fine. You're
the
fine.
meantime, we are actually totally evenly split between extra crispy, original, and any type of fried chicken is great fried chicken.
Ooh, I like that. I like that train of thought.
And then there's some weird healthy person who said grilled. I don't understand.
Grilled? Oh, okay. All right. Here you go. Fun fact, Mr. Grilled, who needs to be the smart person in the chat.
Also, a couple inputs for Church's chicken.
Church's chicken.
It's really good.
Church's chicken is good. Okay, so I hate to tell you this, whoever voted for grilled, but they don't actually grill it. At least not to my knowledge. From as I understand it, it is a grill flavored seasoning that they put on, and that is what provides that like grilled smoky flavor that you come to expect when anything is grilled, right? So that, I believe, and if there are any former KFC employees watching right now who can correct me and say like, no, it is 100% grilled, let me know. But as far as I understand it, because you don't see them having grills in the back of the KFC, you know, as far as I understand, it is a grilled seasoning in the back. So that is, what? Goomba got excited about grilled seasoning.
I'm watching chat. People are talking about white meat versus dark meat too. Here's a fun fact.
Okay.
Here's a fun fact. So, here in the U.S.,
What, that white meat truly
white meat
is-
is more expensive than dark meat. Whereas in Japan, dark meat is infinitely more expensive than white meat.
Wait, dark meat is infinitely more expensive than white meat. Really?
Yes, because it's got that wonderful greasy like dark meat flavor to it. They also
Just because they prefer it?
Yeah, they prefer dark meat. They will also eat, like at festivals, they'll eat skewers of skin, bone, cartilage, white meat, and dark meat.
Oh, I am very familiar with that. Steph, can you come out and tell the story about us trying the cartilage?
I'm still tallying up the chicken. Go ahead.
You're still tallying up chicken? Okay, so fun fact, Steph and I, we like to go to, when we take our international vacations, we like to test out local foods, right? But in Japan, not everything is in English. So there's only a limited number of stuff that you actually know what you're eating. And what ended up happening was we went to this food fair that was under one of kind of like the big malls. It was a specialty kind of like Taste of Tokyo kind of thing that they were running. And, we're like, oh, various meats on stick. Let's try, the different preparations of these different meats. and not having any clue. It's like, oh, this looks like chicken. Oh, this looks like beef. Oh, this looks like some interesting kind of blend of the two. Oh no, my friends. Oh no. I was munching on bone, and then directly, it's like, wait a minute, this is not digestible in any way, shape, or form. And then proceeded to move on to the next one, which we supposed was beef, but was in fact liver. And which I like, maybe there are people out there who like liver, and I'm sure there are plenty of you who are like, oh, liver's the best thing ever. It was actually my first time ever trying liver, and I died because I got so excited by my story. My first time ever trying liver, and it took everything I had in my power to not like vomit in the middle of the streets. It was rough.
You're good.
And I'm good. Like, I can handle some pretty, like, Steph and I have had scorpion before. We've had alligator. Like, alligator was actually delicious. What else? What other weird things have we tried, Steph? We've had.
Have you guys had eel?
Oh,
yeah.
have we had eel? What do you think I am? Some sort of like noob? Have you ever had sushi before? Come on, Goombah.
No. Okay. How about this? Have you ever had sashimi?
Like, as in like the thing that's at sushi restaurants?
Well,
like just raw fish. Yes, I mean. Go ahead.
Have you ever had it? Have you ever had it served to you on ice? Because for some reason that makes it taste so much better.
Does it?
Yes.
I do not believe I've had it served to me on ice. Nor have I had it served to me on a naked woman, because I hear that's a thing that exists, right? Like, if TV has told me anything, it's that like those super sketchy rich guys will do like the like sushi on naked people.
We have some pretty interesting weird food challenges in the chat.
Ooh, weird food challenge. I would love to one day, by the way, I would love to one day do like a live stream where we try weird foreign food or like nasty like Japanese snacks or something like that. That would, if you, I need to focus. If you think that would be a good idea, let me know, because we'll figure out a way to make that happen. We'll like get like one of those Japanese snack boxes or something. That might be fun.
We're getting some
That would be
defenders of
super
liver.
fun.
Really? The liver defenders?
And asking if you eat, have you ever eaten brain? I don't think we've eaten brain.
Have I
Does the crawfish count?
Have I eaten brain? Just the brains of crawfish, I guess. Which I don't think counts. Have I ever eaten? No, I don't think I ever have. Heart? Have I ever tried? I've tried heart. Yeah, we've tried heart before. What was the? It was chicken hearts. Yeah, chicken hearts. I've tried chicken hearts before. Never brain. I've never had the occasion to try brain. Yeah, is sashimi on ice the weirdest thing you've ever had, Goombah?
It actually wasn't, because it looked really, really good.
Okay.
It was a collection of various like thin cut fish, but it was also like whole, relatively raw but ice cold shrimp, like jumbo shrimp.
Okay.
And it was so super scrumptious.
Goombah, you're so cute, Goombah.
Did you? Oh, my heart.
What?
My heart goes out. My heart goes out to you.
No, I'm just saying, like, they're like, oh, I tried raw fish. Not to poo-poo, like, good for you to try, like, raw shrimp and...
Hey, I live in Arkansas. You'll be hard-pressed to get anyone to eat anything out here that isn't deep-fried mixed with mashed potatoes.
Ooh, deep-fried mixed with mashed... That sounds great. That sounds really good. All this talk about, like, KFC and stuff is getting me in the hang... Like, because... I don't know, but KFC's mashed potatoes have got to be like one of the single most delicious things in the world, right?
Yeah, I'll agree.
Right? I don't know what it is. There's that episode of South Park where they like equate it to a drug trade or like crack cocaine or something. It's amazing. They are so good. They're not near...
Maybe you should get with Epic Mealtime and do a food theory.
A food theory? That's just a theory. A mashed potato theory.
Here, we're getting a bunch of these questions in the chat, so I can fire them off to you guys.
Yeah, fire off some questions. Let's do it.
Which ones you guys have tried?
Okay, we're getting like, have we tried this? Okay.
Yes. Cosmic Surge asks if you've tried kimchi.
Yes, absolutely.
Gaijin?
Haven't tried it yet. Haven't worked up the minerals yet. I'm working on it. I have had natto, which is basically the same thing but with soybeans.
Wait, you haven't worked up the minerals yet? What is that? Goombah says the darndest things. Wait, so what?
Hey, I'm the one trying to keep chat like family friendly over here.
Well, how am I dying in the? I didn't even get hit. Anyway, okay, wait.
Explosions.
No.
No.
Wait, so what does worked up the? You got to tell me what worked up the minerals yet means.
Worked up the minerals.
You have such weird phraseology.
Having the testicular constitution to try it.
Okay, so yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
But I mean, it's
The testicular constitution. Oh, you're delightful. Okay, wait.
Kidney.
I think I've had kidney. It was like thin cut and like grilled. But I believe I've had it. I've had every part of the cow basically.
I have bombs. Pro tip: you have bombs in this game. Duh.
But Matt, don't you know you have to push all the buttons?
Apparently so. Apparently all the buttons have important roles in the game. Who knew? Who knew? Kidney. Yes, I've had kidney.
Cow brains for the win. I don't know if Goombah, have you eaten that part of the cow brain?
Probably not. I'm trying to think because when it comes to yakiniku, which is where they bring you just plates and plates and plates of all of the different parts of the cow, beautifully cut into tiny little strips.
Okay.
Not sure if brains included. If it is, it's probably processed, so it probably doesn't count.
Or processed brains. Who wants that, right?
Escargot.
Oh, I've had escargot.
That's from Chris Thomas.
Chris Thomas. That is a big yes to escargot. I've had it both cold escargot as well as cooked escargot. Cold escargot was really rough. Warm escargot though is actually it's not bad.
What's it taste like?
What's it taste like? It's the texture is very chewy. And really, it depends on the sauce that it does a good job of kind of like adopting the flavor of the sauce that it's prepared in, right? So the first time that I had it, it was done in a butter garlic sauce. So obviously it was just like super buttery and garlicky. The second time it was more of like a wine sauce. It was very good. What would you say, Steph? Any thoughts on how escargot tastes?
It's good.
I mean, it's good, but like what? Tell you what, it doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes
salty, but it's not.
Yeah, it's a little bit salty. It's definitely chewy. It's definitely more of a textural thing than it is like the meaty flavor of it. So I'd say that.
The Joker asks about haggis to you both.
Haggis. I have never tried haggis. That's one I might to do because I've never been to Ireland. So that would definitely be one on the to-do list. Although I will say, I don't know if any of you guys watch Cutthroat Kitchen. Anyone watch Cutthroat Kitchen? Right. It's like, but the thing that has me a little bit like I've always thought like, oh man, I need to try haggis. But the thing that has me a little bit worried to try haggis is the fact that for whatever reason, all the chefs that appear on Cutthroat Kitchen, whenever they're given haggis as a sabotage, they're all like, "Oh no, haggis!" and everyone's always like, "Oh, and it always like basically eliminates whoever gets that sabotage. So if like professional chefs can't handle it, I'm a bit worried about trying it myself. I have to admit. Goombah, no to escargot or haggis.
I have never had the opportunity to try them because, like you, I haven't been to Ireland, and I have not. There's not a French restaurant within probably 600 miles of where I live.
Sure. French restaurants are pretty few and far between, and they're usually pretty expensive.
Oh, excuse. We're being corrected. It's Scottish, not Irish.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Oh, duh. Hey, I have an excuse. I'm being seduced by these men. Sorry, too much.
Isn't that common?
Awkward silence. No, not really. Not all that often.
You guys are being asked about insects a lot too.
Ooh, okay. I've had crickets. I've had like Steph mentioned, or like I mentioned earlier. I've had scorpion. Tell you what. So Steph and I went to Japan last year. Was it Steph? Right? It was. What? No, not Japan. Sorry, China. When we went to China, we went to China back in last year, and I thought I was gonna be like the biggest baller around because I was gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat, because they have this snack street that is infamous for all these like disgusting food challenges. It's where you eat like hairy octopus legs, or that's also where you get all the insects like scorpion and like tarantula, and even like the like birds before they're born sort of thing, like the half fertilized eggs sort of thing, which is super gross. But durian is another one that, if you are not familiar with durian, it's like the stinkiest, most disgusting fruit known to man. So I thought
in some places.
Yeah, oh yeah, they definitely have. So for me, I thought, oh, I'm gonna be so cool and I'm gonna try all these weird eateries, all these weird foods, and I'm gonna have like the coolest story to tell and have all these like bragging right pictures. I was the biggest wuss. I kid you not. Like, I got there and Stephanie was the one who was like, we bought scorpion because that was the one thing that I was like determined to try. And it wasn't until Stephanie tried, like, I literally sat there for like 15 minutes trying to like work up the courage to do it, and she just like, oh, man up, and just like ripped one off of the stick. And I'm like, oh, okay then, I guess I could do it too. So all props to her. But the reason I bring it up is because they had those like giant tarantulas that you can eat, just like literally just a giant black spider on deep fried and on a stick for your eating enjoyment. I could not bring, like, I wanted to try it because you hear that it's supposed to taste like crab, and I wanted to try it because I'm like, oh man, if I can do this, I have like bragging rights for life. But I couldn't do it. There's just something about like seeing that thing and thinking about like sticking it in your mouth and having like the legs hanging out of your mouth and like, whew, maybe one day for the live stream. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Maybe I'll get Goombah to do it on the live stream. maybe we could do like extreme Goombah test.
Do you want to talk
Extreme Goombah. Oh, now you're just are you just signing me up for the guinea pig role?
It's the people need to get what they came for, right? They need to be entertained. Entertain the people, Goombah.
Oh, here's something good. I saw it go by. I don't know who it was. Apologies. It's just buried under chat. But people were talking about real ramen. And
oh, absolutely. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, it really is a thing. Like, you have not had ramen till you've had ramen from like an actual restaurant run by people that know how to make it.
Oh my gosh.
When people think ramen, they think like the 50-cent store packages of just carbs and nasty flavorings, but real ramen, it's got like a fried egg in it.
Oh,
it's got little bits of meat. The broth is superb. The noodles are just it's so good.
Oh my gosh, real ramen is fantastic. We have a really great ramen restaurant here we have a ton of really great ramen restaurants here in Los Angeles. It's like one of Steph's favorite foods. We'll go probably at least once every other week.
You suck.
And also the different broths too, because you have kind of like your soy broths, you have kind of like your more chicken-based broths. So it really varies as far as the broth that it's in. So in the final couple minutes here, as we start to wrap things up, since I apparently can't get past that stupid level, so I apologize that we didn't get to see what other weirdness lies on the other side. I'm gonna hop into the chat here, and MatPat, how am I? I'm good, thank you. I'm gonna hop into the chat here, answer a couple questions both on Twitter and on the chat, and close things out just hanging out with you guys. So what's the strangest thing in our fridge right now? There is literally like nothing in our fridge. The bad so I have a bad like, if you can't tell from watching Game Theory, I eat out a lot. I have a really bad addiction to fast food, and so, and because Steph and I are super busy all the time, like, you know, we're working on theories, you know, I'm writing to the editors, like, there's so much stuff going on, and we're trying all in an effort to make sure that you guys get a chance to hang out with us or see enjoyable videos, or that the mysteries of FNAF are solved, that, you know, taking the time to actually prepare meals, we don't have that much time. So like for me, it's, you know, run out, go to Taco Bell, come back, eat it while we work, or like take a half-hour break, watch like an episode of something, and then go on. So right now, probably the strangest thing in our refrigerator is like leftovers. I don't even know. An omelet, like nothing really. Like our refrigerator is literally barren right now. So send your food to me. No, don't do that. That would be a terrible idea, especially because you don't have my address. Let's see. Let's go over to the chat here. What about you, Goombah? Anything fun in the refrigerator?
Probably the weirdest thing I have in the fridge right now is a giant block of miso paste.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's fun.
It's so delectable. We make miso udon, and we also will use it for what's called shabu shabu.
Oh, shabu shabu is phenomenal.
Oh, do you have a shabu shabu place in California?
Yes. One isn't coming to mind, but like we have a couple.
Oh, I need to come visit so bad.
You do, and then you could be on the couch with me, and then we could be here together. What?
We need to go to Little Tokyo.
Absolutely. Oh, here. Okay, this is an important from Wendy Wonka. Relation to Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory? I don't know. One of my all-time favorite movies, by the way. So if you have golden tickets to a candy factory, hit me up. Which place is better, Burger King, McDonald's, or Wendy's? I could talk it like this is a whole conversation for another live stream, but the short answer would be fries. You're talking, it used to be McDonald's, but now that Burger King has updated their fries, Burger King. If you're talking hamburgers, you're talking Wendy's. If you're talking fish sandwich, you're talking McDonald's. If you're talking Diet Coke, the best Diet Coke is actually coming from Burger King. If you're looking for best Diet Coke for the price, you're talking McDonald's, because then it's $1. Burger King has the best syrup flavor of Diet Coke, because they're not the same, and don't you even tell me that they're the same. Stephanie, put it on the calendar. Let it be said right here, right now. One of the live streams coming up, we will get a sampling of Diet Coke from different fast food restaurants. I will go down the line and it's being said right now, correctly identify which restaurant they came from, because that is how sick I am about my addiction to Diet Coke. But like they all have different flavors. So fish, yeah, so that is the moral of the story. Burgers, Wendy's, fries, Burger King, fish sandwich, McDonald's. Overall value, probably McDonald's. Chicken sandwich, Wendy's spicy chicken. You can't go wrong. And that's about it. I think that covers all the like essential things that you get from tacos. Taco Bell, Chipotle if you count it. Let's see. I love MatPat. I love you too. This got really heated really quickly. Hey, when you get me started on fast food, I can just go for days. Like, I could dedicate like a deadlock episode to fast food. That would be a lot of fun. We could do that. People are asking about foie gras. Yes, I've had foie gras. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but that was also at a time in my life when I was less adventurous with my eating. So I'd be willing to try it again. Let's see, foie gras and andouillette. Like, and I'm just thinking of andouille sausage, but I'm thinking andouillette is something else, so I don't know if that's something. Potatoes. Yes. Yes, I have tried potatoes. I confess it. And I love them. Surprise, surprise! Mind blow. And then, let's see. MatPat, Cross Diet Coke is canon. Yep, that is more than canon. Cat Pat didn't make an appearance today. I am so sorry. He is such a slacker. Don't worry, he's not getting paid for this episode. Gotta lay the smack down on that guy. He's like, I need my union break. Let's see. See you later, homos. All right, see ya. Peace out. I love Diet Coke. So do I, Emily Heptig. So do I. I don't know if you've been able to tell that. Your fast food passion is adorable. Lizzie does stuff. Thank you. Thank you. I just get excited about that sort of thing. More Pokemon theories. Okay, let's do more Pokemon theories. If you have any suggestions, hit me up on either Twitter or... I'm also, like, I don't reply a lot on the subreddit, the Game Theorist subreddit, but I look there a lot of times for theories that people want to suggest to the show. We'll close it out with fave anime. I think that's a good one to close it out with. Goombah, let's go with you first.
Okay, it's a tie.
He's going to be pulling out the deep cuts.
I am going to pull out the deep cuts.
Of course.
It's a tie between Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, which a lot of people in chat will know.
Okay, that's not too deep of a cut. I thought you were going to pull out, like... maybe this is it. Maybe this is it.
I was about to say, you didn't let me pull out the second one. And the second one is a little, very rarely known manga turned anime called Genshiken. And if I had to choose, I would probably say Genshiken because it is the only anime that has ever existed that really digs into what it's like to be otaku in Japan. The stigmas that come with it, trying to maintain relationships, events, things of that nature. It's about people. And I love it so much because it's just all about people. And it's a group of people that we always hear about, always talk about, but we don't really know. And I just love it.
That was beautiful, Goombah. It's about people. Isn't everything about life? Unless it's about animals, but even then, a lot of times the animals are symbolic of people. I don't mean to give you a hard time. I don't know anything about it, so I gotta claim ignorance. What was the name of it again? I'll check it out before I start making fun of you.
Genshiken. Genshiken.
Genshiken. Okay, cool. All right. My favorite anime? Ooh, oh no. Oh shoot. I knocked over the Diet Coke. Damn. Such a sad waste of Diet Coke. Forget what it did to the carpet. Sad waste of Diet Coke. Should be down there like sucking it up. Favorite anime for me, I would say is, honestly, I think so far, and I'd say probably my favorite is, do you know Big O, Goombah?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I
love Big O.
Right? Okay, so Big O was very short-lived. Not many episodes of it, but it's this like awesome like film noir-esque one about like fighting crime in kind of this post-apocalyptic city. There's giant mechs, but the beautiful thing about it is how atmospheric it is, and also the fact that, similar to Go, big surprise that I would like this sort of thing, but it's all about how you're unwrapping this mystery of what happened in this city. Because right now everyone lives in bubbles and everyone has amnesia about what happened prior to them living in the bubbles. Right? That's an accurate statement, right, Goombah?
Yeah, I think the tagline that you always saw on the Toonami commercials was like, "The city with no memory," and I mean, it was very noir. But at the same time, it was like super duper action packed in places. It had a good process of quiet, introspective moments, and then like not super crazy, but really interesting action sequences.
Yeah, it really did. It was a good mix of kind of like murder mystery or like kind of conspiracy theory mystery, like big Gundam style action. Just kind of like quality, and like the animation was gorgeous, and so that was cool, and yeah, and like this kind of like film noir style. So that one I would say is definitely my all-time favorite. You know, and also it's a popular choice, but you can't go like Dragon Ball Z is so good. Like, say what you will about how mainstream it is and XYZ complaints you have about it. It is a great show. It is, the heroes are great, the villains are great, and it's funny. Like, it's phenomenal. So that would be like the two that I would go with, since Goombah got to pick two. Those would be my two. So all that being said, I think it's time to kind of wrap up here with Cho Aniki and Gaijin Goombah. Thank you, Gaijin, for joining us.
Of course, it was super fun.
And just to remind you guys, tomorrow we'll be doing it again, 2 o'clock, just to see how this time works for you guys. I believe we'll have another special guest. Tomorrow also, the Five Nights at Freddy's episode is coming out. So 2-for-1 deal. You can watch Five Nights at Freddy's and then come join us at the live stream at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Again, let me know what time works best for you. And if, in case you tuned in later, missed it, these will be archived. We're in the process of editing them down to the highlights, so that way you don't have to sit through all the boring times when I kept dying to that stupid like hot air balloon thing. Anything else, Steph, or are we all good? I think that covers everything. So with that being said, remember, that's just a stream, a live stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Now I'm going to say goodbye. John Cena's in the house. Yes, he is. I'm going to say goodbye to people. Alexo, goodbye. King Premium, bye. Yato, bye. Alice Freeman, I love your frogs. Chips Ahoy, I heart ramen too. Cat Overload.